Hi all, this video is going to take you through creating an event in CiviCRM versus how you do it on the current system. So just to clarify, any events that you create and publish will go to the event section of the new system, although it looks the same. It's a new system, so they'll be put to here. It would be good. What I want you to do as part of this before we go live is maybe if you've got any real events that you've had, that you can just put those in as tests just to make sure you understand the process to create them, and also it's probably a good way to like test the system and make sure it's working as expected and it doesn't throw up any questions. So so any events that we create once we publish them or push them to the front end will come to here. You can also do events in Civi where you manage them purely in the back end and they don't appear on the website. So what you need to do is once you've logged in to your admin dashboard, which is here, you go to CiviCRM, and the first thing you need to do, you've got this additional menu going across the top. When you go into CiviCRM, you go to the events dashboard, and that will show you all of the sort of most recent events that you've got coming up next. So at the moment, we've just got 2 test events in, both happening on the 9th of August 2023. So if we go to the front end, there, those 2 there, test 1, test 2. So when people start to book and register for the events as well, you'll see those come up here, like you've had 5 people register, 1 person cancel, etc. So this screen's pretty useful. If you want to edit an existing event that's on the system, we can go. I'll go into one actually just to show you. So you can go to configure. If you click on info in settings, that will take you through to the event setting page. So you get this tabbed view of all of the different sections, which we're going to do separate training videos on each one of these, just to go through it in bite-sized chunks. But the first one is like the event details page, if you like. So you can see all of that here. Okay, so to create a new event, we go back to events, go to event dashboard, and we've got 2 grey buttons at the top, manage events and new events. So for the purpose of this, we'll click on a new event. And then we've got the event type. So this is important because this will help the search. And if we ever add any additional filters as well, like show me all events to do with X, like webinars or whatever, we can do that. So it's a required field, the event type. So you can select something from the existing list. So here we've just got exhibition, fundraiser, meeting, performance, workshop. If you want to add to that list, if you click on the spanner on the right hand side, you can create new event types in the system as well. So for example, we might want to create a webinar. So for the purpose of this, we'll just say that this is just going to be a workshop. The default role is generally always the same for events, and that is going to be an attendee. So you can change that to volunteer, host, speaker, and again, you can change the default role at events or add to them by clicking on a little spanner icon. But most clients, I don't really know anyone who creates events at the moment, unless you're a charity, that the default role is not going to be an attendee at the event. So I would just select it as that, but you can change it if you wish to. Participant listing. So I don't think you guys want that, but basically if you allow a participant listing, what that means is when people book onto the event, other people looking at the event page can see who's registered and coming, and that is it. I don't think that's particularly useful, especially for what you guys do. It's only useful for office staff to see who's coming, not for people on the front end. So what we'll do is we'll give this a new title. So what are we calling? I'm just going to call this test Alex's test event 3. Now we're going to delete all of these before going live, so you can literally put what you want in here as far as the test goes. Event summary. So the event summary is this bit of text that we see here. So it does pull it through to the card. So that's, I guess, maybe like the short sales pitch. So this is my event summary. Hope you can make it. Then you've got your complete description. So that's where you put in the full description, of what, everything that's really going on at the particular event. So what I'm going to do is just generate some gobbledygook, really, Laura Ipson, just to put in there. So what one thing I'm copying and pasting this in as well. One thing to note is this doesn't like being copied and pasted in from Word. It has got where is it? I think that's it there to paste from Word. It has got a way to do it there, but I would just you can do that, but it can create loads of strange formatting. So if you have got event descriptions and stuff that you're going to copy and paste in from somewhere else, it's best to put them into a TXT file first, like a plain text file first, so that it removes all of the formatting, and then put them into here, just so you don't get anything too crazy going on. This is like the standard WYSIWYG editor as well, so if you want to add links in here, you got like the link, you got all of the standard stuff that you would have in that. Okay, so start and end date. So I'm going to say that this event's going to happen on the 30th. It's going to finish on the 30th, and it's going to start at let's go for 9 a.m. and it's going to finish at 5 p.m. There we go. So number of participants that can come to this event is 5, and in the options that we see down here, this is where you can make it public on the front end. So if I save this at the moment, because I haven't ticked that it's a public event, it will be in the back end, but no one will see it on the front end to book on to it. So if you make it public, it will appear on the front end. So I'll say that it's a public event there. And then what we need to have, we've also got, so each event has this image that you see here, has an image, and I think if we click on one of these events as well, it has a link to a website, here where it's taking place. So if we go back to here, that's where these two options go. So let me just select an image to upload first. Let's see if I've got an image that we can put on that's suitable. See what I've been using recently. Probably haven't got anything. What's that? I've got some sort of image here. I'm not sure if it's suitable, but let's put it in, and then I'll put a link to the Douglas Digital site here. Oops. Okay. So that's enough now to create my event initially. So if I save that, press continue, that then creates the event, and I've made it public. But obviously what I haven't done is added a location, a fee, any registration process or anything on. So we want to be a little bit, we kind of probably only want to press that button when we're happy we've got the rest of the information in. Because if I do a refresh now, then what we'll see is there's no events. Hang on, let's see, that should be through there. I don't know why that's not showing. I'll have a look at that afterwards. There's something obviously going on there, but basically what we should see is 3 events here. So we want to make sure that before we basically make the event public here, that we've got all of the event location in, online registration fee, etc, etc, etc. So that's the first part of the video. I'll do a training video on the other bits and pieces here, just to cover them off in bite-sized chunks. Let me know if this has been helpful, and if you've got any questions at all, and please go and create some of your own events so that you can start to test the system. Okay, thanks very much.